having some disturbing dreams. Makes it hard to sleep.
You're mine!
Right between the eyes.
Citadel.
Come along now. I'll guide you through the wheel. The season of harvest.
Death to our
Thinks you got the decency to die? Mode exceed on us.
Just say the word.
Something I can do? Looks like trouble.
You're mine!
That dog won't hunt.
Yeah!
Oh, come on! Need something stronger.
Death to our enemies!
Right between the eyes. That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Already. Leave it to me. Let's see what's in here. As promised. Ready when you are.
Watch your fire! Captain. Speak freely. I've got this, Captain. Just say the word. What have we here?
Something I can do? Of course.
Wait! I'm not looking for trouble. Not more, I mean. And I've not got a weapon on you. See? It's just, you're the first body I've bumped into in days that's actually breathing. I mean, could it be you're delving for forgotten treasures? Same as me? I followed you. Just a ways. Hoped you were trudging toward an egress. Then the undead spewed up, and I thought you would die. Yet you cracked them like they were nothing. I'm loath to admit it, but look, I'm too desperate not to. I've found not a single trinket and no end to this pit since I first crawled down. I thought to follow the rivers out, but the caves are crawling with grubs. I might ask the same to you, friend. Not everyone longs to die in their own bed. I thought I'd have more time. You haven't found a way out of here, have you? I scaled down from the cliffs, but midway, the rocks turned slick. Best bet's the rivers at the base of the pit. They flow beneath the outcrops, so they must dump into the sea. The trouble's been reaching the base. The western caves wind downward, but they're riddled, infested. Walking them's not been safe. Then I'll make it. I know I'd hoped, but honestly, I didn't really expect you'd help me. I owe you, friend. If you're of a mind, meet with me in Port Maje. I'll make it worth your while.
What do you need?
I am ready. It is not what the brother spared me for, but I will do my best.
I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it.
Can't make it dead. Death!
Not happening.
All right.
Still got it.
I found something. Over there. There, up ahead.
You'd better run!
Moe, Ixie, Honor.
Diverus! How could I miss that battle? Poison.
Moe, Ixie, Honor.
Could be a fight. This fight is...
No, I cannot do that.
Moe, Ixie, Honor.
Let's see what's in here. As promised. Consider it.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Wonder what this is.
village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away? That much copper would only bring suspicion. Besides, maybe Suduza will accept it in exchange for passage. Of course not. He worked on the docks, I'm sure of it. For what do you torment me? He was a good man. The Overseer looks for a reason to toss us below too. Such talk will bring him to our doorstep. Of course. I only hoped. It is no matter. Thank you for telling me. What say, then?
Maybe Rao and I will teach you a thing or two about cleaning your rags properly.
May Amira's winds ever blow sweet for you. We will pray always for you in this life and in each to come.
How may I assist you?
Halt! What is your business at the Brass Citadel? You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth. The Grand Secretary Atsura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs. Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right. Her office is at the back of Imperial Command. She is busy organizing other matters. But I am sure she will grant you an audience.
Leave. No Valiant spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Back, you got one thing right. The Royal Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rawatai. We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekataka. Oh, you're one of those. These Valians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
And these Rawataians think they own anything they stack 2 stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
What? She's up to no good, I know it. Fine. But if you're wrong, we're gonna have a talk later.
Agresi, my friend.
Watcher, if you have a moment, I'd like to tell you something. I appreciate that you have been helping me, helping the Republics. I know that you have an important purpose in the Deadfire, and that purpose is not the same as ours. Still, I hope you can see the potential the Republics have to do good here. Quite, but I trust you will continue to support us in the future. Corres.
Green islands and blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
Why does your Ranga carve his name into a rock?
The Ranga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo also write their names on other stones?
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already. always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before. Except the Hasanui. She yells at me sometimes. Oh, all the time. Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Support me, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines. All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name. It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country. I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this. You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places. I love Rawatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere. I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hasanui's orders. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Still as a pond.
The former Lord of Cadnua, and one-time Terrifier of Harbor Masters. If dockside tales are to be believed, you have not brought much good news of late. So, in addition to pirates, profiteers, and slavers, the Deadfire has a vengeful god roaming its waters? If your report is true, he's stumping port towns into craters. I don't much care why he's doing it. He must be stopped. And then you'll need resources. The Valians won't lift a finger if it isn't to snatch a coin, and the Huana will barely do that much.
Success in trade has been quite elusive for the Rawatayans, but the bitterness suits you well.
No one takes charge to solve the big problems. But perhaps we could work together to our mutual benefit. Look around. Deadfire's full of fertile, temperate islands. Except for Andra's Mortar. It's largely free of rough weather. Yet much of it is uninhabited. Itinerant tribes drift between some of the islands, and smugglers and slavers cluster around the rest. It's a waste. Imagine what this place could be, with well-guarded shipping routes. How many Rawatayans we could feed with plantations here. The Valian Trading Company wants to leech every last coin they can from the Deadfire, no matter the eventual cost. They're little more than thieves. The Principi are actual thieves, no matter their pretensions of nobility. And the Huana are happy to let them all pick away at their fractured empire. We're interested in building something here. You're no stranger to trouble on the high seas. That makes you more valuable than most that wash up here. If you're chasing the god who's stomping this place into the ground, then we have a common goal. And if you're going to survive here, then you could use an ally. The disaster at Hasango remains a key concern. We rely on the port there to ship food back to Rawatai. That's on hold until you investigate. Short of that, there are other matters that demand attention. Atsura, our Grand Secretary, has a plan that would make use of your unusual talents. His office is downstairs. He can tell you more. Hazatoa. Atsura and I usually have a game running, and this one's been going on for over a month and a half. Atsura's good at misdirection, but I've got a mind for the long game. You look like you've come with a purpose. It happened a year into my first command. We were chasing pirates along Rawatai's south coast, and they landed a shot right next to our magazine. A lucky hit. I ran below. The fire was already spreading and making for our powder stores. I smothered what I could with my uniform, pulled the rest away with my own hands. We don't get to choose our challenges, do we? Just the way we meet them. There's a cost to every victory, and the win goes to those willing to make a sacrifice. I'll bet you already know a thing or two about that, and if you don't, Deadfire will teach you soon enough.
Can do. Still as a pond.
Already on it. Consider it done.
They weren't that bad.
Rhyming Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Me neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore call.
Good to see you.
Criticism is easier than creation.
You were saying? Ishi. Quiet time. You were saying? What did you find, Ishi? Easily done. Can't take all the credit. Easily done. Don't mention it.
No, I cannot do that.
Watcher Nui, the Lord of Cadnua. I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style. Few with abilities like yours would be so humble about them. I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. And why not? Thousands of years ago, our people came from the archipelago. By one reckoning, we have as much claim on these islands as the Huana. But our purpose here is trade. While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here. That is a Valian frivolity. Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit.
And leave it to a Rawatayan to ignore the dozens of other uses Valian animancers have discovered for luminous Adra just in the last few years.
I do not think in years, Aimika. I think in centuries. Yet the Valians toy with luminous Adra like a child who has discovered her mother's pistol. For now. But what will ultimately win out? The Valians' drive for innovation, or their hunger for wealth? Besides, we know too little about luminous Adra to understand the consequences of ripping it out. Perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm. It's not about what the Valians are doing to us, but rather to all of the Deadfire. The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy. Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement. But you can curtail their growth. By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive. The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Mage. If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more. Deeply. But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Valians from further ventures, then it is a worthwhile risk. For all their faults, they don't lack imagination. I'm confident they know of our intentions. Because governors like Clario are a rare breed. Most of the Valian administrators care little for the well-being of the Juana. If the Valians claim Pococahara, it is the locals who will truly suffer. Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire. I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there. Now, what else can I do for you? It's a trading post, of course. Anything worth building is worth protecting. How do you mean that? It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Hazatoa. Clear skies.
Good to see you again. I really wish maybe if you impress...
Forth to victory, rep! What hazard visited Hasongo? What disaster darkened its halls? Brave trenches call for justice. Kahunga fold their hands.
I'll have this open in no time.
The Ranga Nui leads us, but he represents all of Rautai.
Then must he put his name on everything? Prize share is simpler.
With sails unfurled and sword held high, to battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
That's the last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt.
Meet her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
I don't think she likes me. I spent most of my career escorting foreign ships.
Many have. She's got nothing against scramble routes, but don't stare at her hand.
Yeah, I got it.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, all right? I just serve the drinks. Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play. Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me. They always pay on time. They're run by the Ranga Nui, so they should, right? Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here.
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know. I shouldn't take my anger out on you. It's not your fault I punched my captain. Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore. I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better. Still a scramble root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer. Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know, either personally or by reputation.
I can vouch for the captain here. Keeps a tidy ship of misfits, but we're still floating.
I could use some mischief. I've about had it with the uptight stiffs around here anyway. I'll see you on board, Captain.
Clear skies, my friend.
Maya, I assume you vouch for your new captain?
On occasion. Why?
Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit. An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rawatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork. A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas. Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Not a problem.
You've got principles for someone whose job is guarding a bunch of merchants.
And you have the principles of someone who guards warmongers. That is to say, none.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits. Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat. Not a chance, amico. Fascina sent you, didn't she? Postenago, just for these? Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them. Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it? Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
So, Berteno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back. I
like dealing with people of substance. This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary. Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any pursuit he would take on his own terms. I salute you for your courage, but I ask you to reconsider your position. Cowards! There will be a reckoning, for I know each one of your faces. Do I? One can be adherent to the tenets of maritime law, and still be seen as a monster. You must care a great deal for this insufferable little worm to stake your purse on his freedom. 400 pyres are what Berteno owes. when I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded. Then our business is concluded.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt. For the first time in my life, I'm free. Not anymore, I'm not. Here, catch. It's a new Berteno all the way. Pirate Berteno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rawatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rawatai. Craftsmanship. If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them. Rawataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
Hey, Pallegina, I know you're kind, you can't have children. But would you have wanted them?
Ark. It is because I cannot give my country children that I give them so much of the life I have.
When I was younger, I took it for granted I'd have them one day. Free labor. But a lot of time passed before I knew it. Hardly gave it a thought until now.
You are not getting any younger. I know you do not like thinking, Adair, but maybe it's time to start.
You're back. Kue, any news? You are willing to put up all that money? What of the gloves? What happened to them? Here, burn Archimir's manor down for all I care. At least I know Archimir won't feed me to the imps. Take your discount as well. If the cupboard doesn't make its goals, so be it. I am the apprentice of what few he made. I think it's because he knows I